Assalamualaikum student. I welcome you all to the recorded class of the Smart School, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan campuses and Gulistani Johar campus. This is grade 6 subject science. We are going to start our new chapter's question answer, which is particle. Now, okay, before starting our topic, let's see some atom facts. Means it is an interesting fact about atom. The word atom means undivided. Its mean atom are the smallest particles that make up element. You cannot divide atom, and all the matters are made up of the tiny particles we called atom. You know student that atoms have three parts: proton, neutron and electron. Okay, all atoms identity always depend on its number of proton. It means that number of proton पे उसकी identity depend करती है. We have three parts in electron, but the space between electron and the nucleus is vast. There is a lot of space between electron and nucleus, so that 99.9% of atom is empty. It means atom is सबसे ज़्यादा atom का जो space है that is empty. Okay, why this is empty? Because the space between electron and nucleus is the center part of atom, whereas electron revolve around the nucleus like a solar system. Okay, before starting our question answers, let's take a quick recap of the chapter particles. As you know that we discussed so many things in our chapter in our previous recorded lecture. We have three types of matter of states. ठीक है? Solid, liquid and gas. As you know that solid molecules are tightly packed with each other. You know we have discussed in class also that solid के particles are tightly packed. There is less space between the molecules of solid. They are tightly packed. That's why solid have a definite shape. Okay, whereas liquid molecules in liquid are not like tightly packed with each other as compared to solid. अगर हम liquid के molecules को compare करें solid से, they are not tightly packed with each other. There is a space between the molecules of liquid. Okay, they do not have a definite shape. Okay, matter का shape का किस चीज़ पे depend करता है? The space between molecules. If the space is less, then it will be solid, और space ज़्यादा होगा it will be liquid. Gas molecule of gas are far away from each other, whereas gas के जो molecules हैं उनका space बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. They are really far away from each other. They can freely move to anywhere from any higher concentration to lower concentration. We have also discussed about the particle model in this chapter. It is based on three assumptions. As we know that particle model is based on three assumptions. First one is all matters are made up of tiny particles which are continuously moving. Second one, when the particles are close together, they are attracted to each other. It means when particles are close to particle एक दूसरे के करीब होते हैं, they attract each other. Okay. Heating a material affect the movement of particle. As we discussed in our previous recorded class, that whenever you heat a matter, any material, it will affect the movement. It will affect the movement of a particle. Now let's see the question answers of our chapter particles. This is question number 1. What are the assumptions of particle model? We have discussed just now that what are the assumptions of particle model. All the matters are made up of tiny particles which are continuously moving. When the particles are close together, they are attracted to each other. Whereas heating a material affects the movement of particles. Okay, this is answer number 1. Students, at the end of the video, after end of the video, you can pause the video. आप pause करके slowly you can write down these question answers in your copy. Okay, you should do question answer in fair copy. with a good handwriting and neat, and I want neat and clean work. Okay, this is question number 2. What is diffusion? Suggested why diffusion does not happen in solid. Diffusion is, okay, firstly write down this heading. Diffusion is the net movement of particle from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Diffusion does not happen in solid because in solid the particles are held together by a strong force of attraction, whereas you know that there is a high force of attraction between the molecules of solid particles. Although the particle vibrate, if you try to break the solid, the particle will vibrate. ठीक है, इतने सिर्फ वाइब्रेट हो सकते हैं, दे आर अनेबल टू ब्रेक फॉर अ डिफ्यूजन. इतने ब्रेक नहीं हो सकते, सो दे कैन डिफ्यूज, दे कैन ओनली ब्रेक, दे कैन ओनली वाइब्रेट. ओके, okay, this is question number 3. Explain why. We have 2 parts in this question. Part A is solid do not flow, gas compress easily. Okay, why solid do not flow? We have to answer this question. Strong force of attraction hold the atom or molecule together. You know that we have discussed so many times that there is a strong force of attraction between the molecules of atom, between the molecules of solid. ठीक है, उसके बीच में बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन होती है विच होल्ड द एटम और मॉलिक्यूल टुगेदर, जो एटम और मॉलिक्यूल को बहुत टाइटली होल्ड करते हैं so that they have definite shape. That's why they do not flow. Okay, that's why solid do not flow, whereas the force of attraction between liquid molecule is less than solid. That's why they can flow. The part B is gas compress easily. Student, as you know that we have so many space between the molecules of gas. Okay, this is the answer. Due to distance between gas particles, gas can be compressed. Okay, gas can be compressed easily because there is a large distance between the gas particles. Okay, if you have a large distance or the particles are far away from each other, so that you can compress easily. Okay, you cannot compress easily solid. Okay, it will be hard to compress solid rather than a gas. Okay, now this is question number 4. Use the particle model to explain what expansion is. Basically, what is expansion? As you know, this is the answer. Heating gives atom or molecule energy which make the particle move at much faster rate. As you know that when we provide heat to the material, the molecules or atom in that material, in that matter will start moving faster. Okay, will start moving faster. The particles start pushing each other. So that particles start pushing each other, so that the distance between particle increase. So that distance between particle क्या होगा, वो बढ़ जाएगा, उनके बीच का जो space होगा that will be increase, which cause the increase in size and volume of material. Okay, and it causes the increase in size and volume of that material. That's why while heating something, जब आप किसी चीज़ को heat up करते हैं, the things become bigger. Now we know the reason. It is not because the molecule size becomes bigger, increases, इसकी वजह से नहीं होता. This is because the space between molecules increases. उनके बीच का space increase होता है, molecules का size increase नहीं होता. This is question number 5. Explain why a balloon slowly deflates. Okay, we have to explain that. In our book we know that there is evidence that why balloons deflates. Okay, the answer is the skin of balloon has a tiny holes in it. As you know that all matters are made up of tiny particles. Okay, and all the particles have tiny space between them. Similarly, balloons की जो skin होती है, they have a tiny million holes. Okay, जब आप balloons को टाइटली पैक भी कर देते हो, एयर टाइट पैक कर देते हो, सो स्टिल देयर इज अ होल इन द ऑन द स्किन ऑफ अ balloon. The air molecule are small enough to pass through. Okay, that molecules, that holes are enough for air molecules to pass through. That holes are so much small, but yes, that is enough for air to pass through it. So the balloons deflate slowly. Now this is question number 6, which is the last question of our chapter. How is gas pressure produced? Gases are compressible. As we all know, and we have discussed so many times, that gases are compressible. Why they are compressible? Because of the large space between their molecules. Okay, because of the large space between their molecules. Now, gases are compressible if a sealed container can resist the expansion when a gas is heated. ओके अगर वो कंटेनर जिसमें गैस कंटेनर में रखी गई है वो रेजिस्ट कर सकता है एक्सपेंशन को, जिसमें गैस को हीट अप करेंगे, द गैस प्रेशर विल बी प्रोड्यूस इनसाइड. ओके, अगर एक कंटेनर में गैस है एंड दैट कंटेनर कैन रेजिस्ट द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ गैस व्हाइल हीटिंग, सो दैट क्या होगा, दैट इसमें गैस प्रेशर बिल्ड होगा, प्रोड्यूस होगा इनसाइड दैट कंटेनर. ओके, आई होप स्टूडेंट्स आपको ये क्वेश्चन आंसर सब क्लियर होंगे. वी हैव डिस्कस ऑल दिस थिंग्स इन आवर क्लास, so please note down these question answers in your copy. Do neat and clean work. Thank you.